other side of the aisle now. He's a Democrat from Virginia, just down the road, Congressman Subramanyam. He is a member of the Oversight and Ethics Committee. Sir, thanks for being with us. You just heard some there from the other side of the aisle in the other chamber. Let me start there with what we just left on. Hunter Biden, do you want him talking? Do you believe what he said last night about or yesterday about his father should be investigated?
No, I think the American people have moved on from that. I think what's more important is that this administration is really hurting the American people, whether it's taking away their health care access or food assistance, or in this case, hiding the Epstein files or refusing to release them or lying about them. Whatever the case is, I think the president, what he's trying to do is distract from the fact that he's under a lot of fire right now from his own party even.
Why all of a sudden, Congressman, the Epstein files were there for years. Merrick Garland had them. The Biden administration had them. And now all of a sudden you're bringing it up. Is it just purely because this is a bad moment for the president? Like, why should the public believe that Democrats are being genuine and sincere now?
Well, I wasn't here in Congress last year. As a private citizen, I was very curious about what was in the Epstein files. But I'll say now that I'm in Congress, I do have questions. And in fact,
what about Chuck Schumer or
sent a letter
Jeffries?
On my capacity from the oversight. I can't speak for them. I will say this, though. This president campaigned, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries didn't campaign on this conspiracy about Jeffrey Epstein. This president did. And in fact, he hired people around him that campaigned on that conspiracy. And what's happened now is now that he's campaigned on the conspiracy and he's here in power, he's either hiding something or he's lying about it. And the fact is, now the Wall Street Journal has released love letters that he sent to Jeffrey Epstein. So he might be implicated in the files, which may be why he doesn't want to release them. But in either case, either he should tell people that he lied or he should release the files that he supposedly had on the AG's desk. Either way, he's either lying or covering something up.
Do you think Merrick Garland was covering anything up on the other side of the aisle for Democrats? If Democrats now believe that Trump is covering something up, what about the other side?
I don't really think so. I think the reality is Trump had a very close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I think he was probably on track to give a pardon to Ghislaine Maxwell. They're probably very good friends for a long time. It seems like from the love letter I read that they're very, very close. And so he wants this to go away, right? He wants his association with Jeffrey Epstein and this whole image of him being an elitist that he is to go away because that's inconvenient for him politically. And so he's bringing up things about Barack Obama that aren't true and calling him treasonous when it's clearly not true, making up a lot of lies and distractions to distract from the fact that, he's in trouble right now politically.
I will note the president denies that letter. Let me leave you with this, Congressman. Ghislaine Maxwell, do you think that you're on the committee, you're on the Oversight Committee in which this could potentially happen? Do you believe that there will be a moment to come soon, maybe in the upcoming weeks or months, in which she gives a deposition, and would the American people see that?
I'm not optimistic. This administration and this Congress has actually covered up a lot for this president, this administration. And so I doubt that this Congress and the House Republicans would do anything but support the president every step of the way. So until I see different, I'm not convinced that they'll do anything to investigate this administration.
All right, we'll leave it there. Congressman Subramanyam from just down the road from us here in Virginia. Thanks for being with us tonight. You heard the